Ahoy, salty dogs! My name is Lenscap. Welcome to the Star Squadron server. We are in the beautiful space of the Star Betas. There's my star. We're a couple sectors from home. Figured we'd take the ship out for check out some paces, run its paces, whatever you want to call it. I gave it a name. Let's go check out the name of the ship. I did decide that this shuttle, this is called the Bandit class, so this is the Bandit class shuttle. That's like the classification of the shuttle, and then each individual shuttle that is a Bandit class shuttle will also have like its own individual name. I think that's how ship naming conventions work. So this ship is called the Misguided Assumptions. So this is a Bandit class shuttle, the Misguided Assumptions. What are we doing way out here, you might ask? Well, I wanted to try out some things. Actually, mostly I wanted to test the jump drive on the ship, and this is how far it got us, which I didn't just kind of random jump, though. I set this as my destination. So this is how far we made it. Let's delete this fleet. That was something I was playing with. We're going to rebuild the fleet here in just a second. But to build a fleet, we really need 2 ships, right? So let's go ahead and pull this blueprint out of our inventory. Yeah, that's right. And we'll take a look at it. So this is the next ship in the fleet. And this one has a designation as well. This is the Prowler class. And I have it written down so I don't forget what I named it. This one is named Ashes. So this is going to be the Ashes. And it's over here. We're going to do a fly around just like we did with the with this ship. The Misguided Assumptions. We're going to take a look at this ship too, but just coming up from behind it, you can see the engines. You can see these engines are very similar to that ship. In fact, this entire section is very similar. It is almost, it is almost exactly the same. Obviously without the sail. It's got turrets instead, which this turret needs to be enabled. So let's go ahead and pull this block off so we can turn the turret on. And we'll have to make that a slab to put it back, which we can't do from here. But so this first bit, this section, this like command section, or the quarters, I don't know, the place where the people go. This part is almost the same as the command shuttle, as the Bandit class. It's a little bit shorter actually, so it's a little bit smaller, but it has this big gun on the side. So this ship's role in the fleet is a sniper. It has a missile. It has a beam missile, so it locks on. It's a sniper ship, so it shoots a beam missile from far away, and that's kind of its role in the fleet. So it has lower shields than you would expect, but it has one really strong cannon, which I think is awesome. Of course, we got the shields. We got the solar sails going on, and I got a really cool. I like the big engine too. I think the design on the big engine turned out really, really well. It's in a very similar style as the smaller engines, but bigger, clearly. But I think it turned out well. It's got the heat sinks. It almost looks like, and this is kind of what I was going for, two things I had in mind when I was building this. So I wanted it to look like we just kind of salvaged a giant gun off of a giant spaceship and slapped it on the side of another spaceship. And I feel like I accomplished that. I feel like that's what it looks like. Put some armor plating on the outside of it so it kind of matched. And my second thing that I was going for was sailboat. So it definitely looks like a sailboat in my opinion. Right down to on the top here, it looks like a deck. It looks like a boat deck. So that even fits. I feel like it accomplished. I'm really proud of this one. I like this one too. I'm proud of both of these, but I like this one a lot. The only thing that I maybe would change going forward is I could add another turret here, sticking out of the side like this. I'll probably use the same turret as this if I decided it needed more firepower. which it may, but it's got that one big cannon. Like, it's rolling the fleet, again, as a sniper. So the idea is that there are other smaller, maybe not smaller necessarily, that's a pretty small craft, but other fighter craft that go and engage the enemy at closer ranges. So they would have maybe dual cannons or beams even could work for that. So we've got, of course, we've got missile beam. That's the big gun. The other two, the turrets, are both cannon. The one right above us here that one is set to deflect missiles. This actually is a design that I borrowed from Sven the Slayer with his permission. He recommended that I use it. I asked in the Star Squadron chat if anybody knew of a good low-profile anti-missile turret. And Sven was like, yeah, I got one here, man. Let me send it to you. So he sent me a copy of his file. I definitely appreciate that. It makes for an awesome, awesome turret. And I think it turned out really well. The low profile works really well, too. And it has full range of motion. Well, mostly. I mean, it can hit pretty much 180 degrees in an arc, 180 degrees as well. Well, it's like 90-degree arc with 180 or a 360 spin. I don't know. It can shoot the whole, every direction except for down, which is cool. Anyway, we didn't really look at the interior, so let's align ourselves. It has a modest interior, but I do like to do an interior on all my ships. Of course, we've got gravity, so that's cool. Radar jammer and whatnot. So there's this neat little table. I think you can even sit at it. Nope, just kidding. It's purely cosmetic. But you could put something on the table, I guess. If we had like a capsule or something we wanted to put there, we could. 2 bunks. I guess a pilot and a gunner, pilot, co-pilot, something like that. There are 2 seats, so whatever. Got a little kitchenette. This is more of a more of a long-range kind of vessel than the than the shuttle is, the Bandit class. Just because I feel like the kind of people doing missions in this kind of ship are going to be out on their missions for longer. All right, so let's go ahead and name this. This is, we already named it, actually. When did I do that? Let's, all right. So now what we want to do is, let's go ahead and build our fleet. So we're going to create a new fleet. Oh gosh, what do we call the fleet? I'm going to leave this up to you guys. For now, I'm just going to call this Cap Fleet, but I want you to suggest names for what we call this fleet in the comments. I think that'll be cool, and I definitely will, by next episode, pick one, and we'll have renamed the fleet to that, and see what we can do with it. So let's do that. Now we're going to choose the fleet. We're going to click Add Member. We want to add the Misguided Assumptions first. Actually, we're going to add both of them. But we want the Misguided Assumptions to be our command ship. So like the main ship of our fleet. You know which one it is by the rank of it. So let's fly back over to it. Actually, while we're doing that... Oh, you know what? I wanted to fix that turret first. So let's actually hover back into the ashes. And I'll make a slab out of this orange block I've got. And then we can use the teleporter. That'll be faster even. So all we got to do for this is go in advanced build mode and make this a slab. And that is all we needed that for. Because we didn't enter build mode on the turret, we can't just put it on the turret. But we can place it thusly. There we go. So now the turret is fixed. And it still it should still be active. I don't know. Turrets are always weird for me. Like, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I don't ever understand. Alright, let's hop back in the ashes, and we'll teleport to the Misguided Assumptions, which that name is kind of long, isn't it? But let's activate this. And, okay, now you can tell we're in the Misguided Assumptions. Of course, we're in the right ship because it's the only other one in our space. Now, if we hit K... we can order the fleet to idle in formation, and now the ashes should come over and park to our left. So I played around with these, with fleets for a little bit, with these ships, and they're kind of stupid. I think fleets in general right now are kind of stupid. Not a stupid concept. It's an awesome concept, but like the AI is kind of stupid. The ships, first of all, they align themselves with the ship core and not with like the center of mass of the ship. I think it would be a better... Those blocks don't match. I think it would be a better situation if they aligned with... Oh, they do match. That's weird. If they aligned with center of mass instead of the cores. Because my ships are asim, like the core is never in the middle of the ship. So if we were to make another one of these, such as this blueprint, then it's not going to be evenly spaced around the shuttle, which is completely like, it doesn't matter at all, but, okay. It doesn't matter at all, but, what was I saying? But yeah, it's something I'd like to see. So this one we're going to name the Minutes to Midnight. I think that's a cool ship name. But it also is Prowler class. Now, instead of flying over to that one, let's bring it to us. So we're going to add it to our fleet, and it should automatically fly over here and take its place. Beautiful. Cool. So now we've got our two ships in our fleet. Oh, we're gonna have to fix the turret on that one, but I'll do that in a minute. Yeah, cool. So now we've got a fleet. We're starting to get there. We're starting to get there. We're not finished with the fleet yet. Obviously, we only have one role and a shuttle class. So this will probably be the command shuttle that I ride in, and then the fleets will do all the fighting while I stay with the radar jammer on and watch or something. I think I'm going to change this naming convention a little bit. So we're going to call it, we're going to put the ship name first. You capitalize the 2? Sure, it's a proper name. Class, okay. So we're going to put the name of the ship first. And I also forgot to name this transporter. Minutes to Midnight. Okay. Faction access, okay. Now I also realized that I didn't ever put these ships through their paces for you guys, so you don't know what they're capable of. So let's do that. We're just going to tell the fleet to idle, so they don't move around when I move around, although I don't think they would since I'm not in the command vessel right now. Alright, so here's the ship. We're going to look towards these guys, but not at them because we're going to shoot our gun. Alright, so let's look at systems. It has a radar jammer, which I'm actually going to move up to here. And I'm going to put the docker on. There's only one docker because there's only one door. The door is on this side. So the other side, of course, has a big gun. There's no door there. So we've got that. It does have a radar jammer and a jump drive. It looks like the jump drive is charged, so let's we can go ahead and discharge it. And then we'll just we'll pull up our map, and we should be able to see where the fleet is. Yeah, on the map still. So now we can set this as our like target plot path to current, and charge up the jump drive. It charges pretty quickly, and of course it doesn't drain our energy very much at all. And we have to have a lot of energy for this missile. Which does drain our energy a lot. You can't really use the missile and do anything else. And that's by design, though. I mean, do you see how fast it recharges once the missile's gone? So it doesn't really matter that much. But we do have exactly enough power to fire one missile and one missile only. We want to make sure that you can still use the turrets as well. So that's why it needs to recharge so quickly. We don't want to render those turrets obsolete by shooting our main gun, just in case we do happen to be under attack. Scanner computer as well, but nothing fancy there, just standard scanner computer. Now you can adjust the speed at which the scanner computers recharge by adding more antenna modules. That's literally all the antenna modules do, is adjust the speed of the scanner computer, like the recharge rate of them. So I don't really see, for a ship like this, I don't really see any reason to have a super fast scanner, just so long as we have a scanner at all. I did a little bit of research about the scanners, and it seems like the way the scanners work, you get, and I may be wrong about this, may have my information wrong, but from my understanding, in a neutral system, you get 4 sectors of range from where you are. That's a neutral system. In an allied system, you get 8, and in an enemy system, you get 2. So, and that's regardless of how big your antenna is. The antenna only affects how quickly the scanner recharges. So, I don't really need it to recharge super fast. So, let's play around with fleets a little bit. I haven't done a lot with them, other than adding ships to my fleet and telling them to idle in formation. But if we look at this, we have a lot of other options. Now, a lot of these don't matter to us currently because, for example, we can't mine this sector. We don't have any mining ships. Carrier recall, that's a really cool feature, but we don't have a carrier, so... formation sentry mode. Now, what this does, from my understanding, is the fleet stays in their formation, but if there are any enemies within 2 sectors of us, the entire fleet will go attack them. That's what that does. We can do defend sector, which is kind of same thing. They stay in formation, but if a ship is within 2 sectors of this one, they will go attack it. But they won't go more than 2 sectors away from where we are, or from where we tell them to defend sector. We can do move fleet, though, so let's move them back to the Salty Shipyard. And now we can kind of use this as like a form of autopilot, right? So, in theory, yeah, we should still be in formation, and we are moving toward the Salty Shipyard. I did have a request to turn off the dust. I like the dust when we're in travel, though. It lets me know that we're moving, but I will turn it off pretty much if we're not flying through space. But I do like having it on while we're flying through space. I feel like that's a good compromise. That way, there's not dust all up in your face while I'm trying to fly around and do random stuff. But it still is there, when we need a sense of motion. Whoa, that was strange. I don't know what happened there, but this thing got shot way ahead of us. And I don't think they're faster than we are. Oh, but apparently they are. Maybe that's good, though. I mean, we don't necessarily want the command shuttle to be in the front. It's just a shuttle. And then I guess once we get a bigger ship, that will be the command ship for the fleet as well. This is pretty cool. I'm in gravity walking around the ship while it traverses the galaxy for me. And I'm defended. I've got, what would you call them? Like bodyguards, too. So that's really cool. Yeah, this is neat. This is a really cool feature of, I like the fleets feature. This is really, really cool. I can't wait to get a couple more ships going. It looks like we're passing them now. Let's see. Or are we slowing down, maybe? No, surely not. We're not close, are we? Oh, no, we're close. We're close. Let's see how they do. I did a couple of tests as well where I took them really far. I was trying to get from Salty Shipyard, which is this right here, to the mining outpost, which is this station here, this one. And they kept getting confused. Like, I had them, they would start off on the right track, like going straight at it. But then they would get like turned around or something, and they would end up like way over here, and which is not en route. So I don't know what would cause that. But okay, we got to be kind of careful because we don't want to get too close to Betis. Betis is a very powerful star, and we don't want to burn up. Oh, but it looks like we're turning up toward the station. So, and I got stuck in the floor with that motion. So, let's do this. We'll hop in the core and then back out, and then we'll be fine. And the ship should be none the wiser. Did they stop? Oh, there's the Salty Shipyard, so they may have stopped. Oh, and we got flung about again. Okay, why did we not stop? We're there. You can stop anytime. I'm gonna wait and see where it ends up, though. I'm just curious. I want to see where it goes. I told it to come to this sector, so it's in this sector. Is it gonna fly, like, try and get to the middle of the sector, to the edge of it? Like, where in the sector does it go? It actually appears to have passed it. And now I have no idea what it's doing or where it's going. It's just kind of running away with me. Yeah, it definitely passed the salty shipyard. Oh. Changed directions again. Now it is headed toward the sun. I think I'm going to stop this madness. So let's enter the ship core and we'll hit K, order idle. And that'll stop all the ships. They'll just stop where they are. And we'll slow down as well and stop as well. Let's check in build mode and see where those other two dudes are. Let's have them come over to us. Idle in formation. So they'll fly over to us. Yeah, I like the fleets, man. Alright guys, that's going to be all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, make sure you leave a like, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned.